The future is bright indeed. We're all of us dreaming of the better days ahead, and a part of your bright new future could be a move to where the magic lives in the greater Orlando area of Florida. One of the biggest decisions you'll make when considering a move is selecting a realtor who can successfully match you with the right home in the right location at the right price. Victor Naraki is the realtor who can help you make the move you've always wanted to. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or looking to move near Disney World, Victor is in your corner. If you are looking for an experienced real estate agent covering all of Central Florida, please visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today and find out just why you should work with Victor. I encourage you to create a free, no-obligation account on his website. By doing so, you'll unlock the website's full potential and be able to enter specific criteria, save listings, and browse new properties sent to your email. Visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today or visit his Facebook page, Victor Naraki Realtor. And don't forget to tell him the Grand Circle Tour podcast sent you.
Hey gang, welcome to another exciting Grand Circle Tour Detour episode. I am Stan Solo, and joining me today are my three favorite co-hosts. Holly's already giggling at my introduction. She just loves it. I can go from... okay, let's start it. Everything's calm. Hey gang, Holly, how are you today? And are you excited for today's show?
Yes, I am. I feel so out of place because I haven't really been doing any recordings or anything lately, except for Kris talks me into doing these detours here and there. So I feel like, wait, who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? And it's summer break, so I just woke up. So
yeah. Also joining us today is no longer Sorcerer Beatrice, Cruise Director Beatrice. Beatrice, what's the name change?
Yes. I got a name change. Yes, absolutely. With the Disney Wish, I decided that it, along with some help from some very creative friends, aka Holly. It just seems more fitting and it seems more fun. And I agree. I love it. So I'm going to be the cruise director along this adventure from now on. I think that'll be fun.
Love it.
So yeah.
Until next month when you change it to Monorail Pilot, and then you'll.
I know, right? You never know. My split personalities.
Adventures by Disney Guide.
Right?
Yeah.
It'll be the name of the month. No, I love it.
Alrighty. So going forward, she is now known as our cruise director.
Yes.
And we can't do resort tour without our food fairy. Kris, how are you today?
I'm good, and I'm really excited about this detour because I am just fascinated by these hotels in this area, especially this one. I've gone in there, never stayed there, but I am really excited to talk about this. So
okay, right on. I have never been in this resort. I don't think I've stepped one foot in it.
Wow.
So I'm the perfect person to host this.
Yes. You get to ask all the questions.
I can ask all the questions. Holly, have you ever been inside the Dolphin?
So I believe I've stayed here.
I believe.
Yeah. So on my very first trip to Disney World, this is where I stayed, and I'm pretty certain it was this one and not the Swan because I went for a work trip actually, and we had to do like meetings and conventions and things like that, and this is the one where those activities are housed. So I know it has to be this one that I stayed in. Lasting impression, right?
Alrighty. And Beatrice, I know you've been in here, but have you stayed here?
I have not stayed here, but I have been in there several times. I really like it.
Okay, I think I've been in the Swan once, and that was my very first trip as well. I was just kind of walking around the boardwalk, and I go, "Hey, let's go check out this hotel." But I don't think I ventured all the way to the Dolphin. So this is Resort Detour number 8. We're going to talk about the Walt Disney World Dolphin Resort. It's a resort hotel and convention center located between Epcot and Disney Hollywood Studios, and it's on the Walt Disney World Resort in Bay Lake, and it's across the sister resort of the Swan. What's the history on it? Who wants to hit the history?
I can.
Okay.
This resort, like its sister, the Swan, was designed by Michael Graves. It opened July 13th of 1990. And like the Swan, and we talked about this on our Swan Detour, Jay and I, it was a joint venture between the Disney Corporation, Tishman Hotel Corporation, MetLife. How they ever got thrown in there, I don't know. And Starwood.
Is it MetLife that Snoopy?
Yes.
Okay.
And it actually all merged into Marriott International in 2019.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I guess now is it a Marriott hotel or a Sheraton hotel now?
Yes, it's a Marriott.
It's a Marriott. Okay.
Yes.
Does anybody know why the dolphin looks more like a goldfish?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. I've always wondered that.
do.
I thought it was a
That was
catfish.
actually done on
but okay.
purpose.
Yeah, it was. The statues of the dolphins are 56 feet tall. And it's the same dolphin design as the fountain on the property. They are actually not designed after mammalian dolphins, but they are a stylized version of a nautical dolphin, which is a common symbol used in old world style nautical maps. And it was copied from the Triton Fountain in Rome, Italy.
Oh, very cool.
That still doesn't explain why it's not a dolphin, though.
But it is a dolphin.
It's a type of
Nautical.
It's
It's
not.
a nautical dolphin.
It's probably like the type that you eat, like a mahi type, like more like fish dolphin. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's where the design originally came from. So
Okay, so we're going to do this detour on the Mahi Mahi Resort. Beatrice, did you have anything to add about the history there?
That was exactly what I was going to say about the dolphin, because we all talk about how the dolphin doesn't look like a dolphin, and it was based on that Rome establishment.
it looked like a funny fish, but
It's so confusing. Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah.
It's like the
exactly.
talk of the town that it doesn't look like a dolphin. And then there's the other rumor that the monorail was going to go through it. Has anyone heard those rumors? That is not true either. But
well, the other rumor was that the each thing was placed in the wrong hotel, the Swans and the Dolphins, but that was debunked several years back. So
there are a lot of rumors about these two
yes, there are.
hotels.
there are.
I think one of them too was that the Swan was put on by a helicopter, which isn't true.
No.
At the top of the Swan Hotel, it was done by crane, like you would think it would be. Not who would bring a helicopter.
Can you imagine the thing up there spinning?
Oh, I can imagine the Swan like making the helicopter sway.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't want
And the monorail one doesn't make any sense because the two giant squares that are kind of in the front and the back of the building don't even line up.
No.
So that doesn't make sense at all that the monorail would have been going through this resort.
Yep.
Some of the amenities at this resort, they're different than Disney's, kinda. They're similar but different. Like this isn't really owned. Disney owns the property and they get a percentage. If you stay there, Disney gets a cut of your stay. And because it's owned by Marriott hotels, you can pay using Marriott points.
Yes, you can, and you can earn them as well.
Right.
So
yes,
That's nice.
And because if you're using Marriott points,
yet
then you
it is
do a lot
still yet it's
and
still the good neighbor, so you can still get in early, you can get in the parks early, you
Right.
can do all that sort of stuff. So
Right.
that's a nice little perk.
yeah.
And if you are staying with the points, you would get your 5th night free with the Marriott. Was it Bonvoy
Yes.
program that they have?
Wow.
Yes.
So that you could potentially save a fair amount of money. I mean, not as much as if you stayed at Pop Century, but enough if you want to stay at a deluxe resort. It is considered a deluxe resort. So like Beatrice said, you get to get in early, you get the early access in the late nights.
Right.
So you could potentially get an extra 2 hours per park on select weeks.
Nice.
And the heavenly beds. Don't forget the heavenly beds. I hear so much about how wonderful it is to sleep there.
Yeah, I was looking at
Only-
reviews. and
Yeah,
that
the
was-
one downfall to those beds is they are not queen beds; they are double beds. which if somebody is looking for a queen size bed, you're not going to find it at the Dolphin. So that's something, another thing when you're like narrowing down your decisions on what resort you're going to stay in. If bed size is important to you, then that's not going to work. So yeah.
What other amenities? Holly, do you have any amenities that were available there?
So I, as a mom of 4, I'm always looking for ways to escape my children, right? So they have a club called Camp Dolphin, where from 4 to 12 years old. It is pricey, especially if you have 4 children, but it's $10 per hour per child, and you can leave them there and they will provide them activities and crafts and things like that. But it is nice that you just want to go out for a dinner or something. That is a good way to be gone for an hour or 2 hours. So I love it when resorts offer amenities like that to help the parents on these exhausting vacations.
Right.
No, do you have to be staying there to use that amenity, or can I be staying at my Pop's Entry and drop off my kids or my grandkids?
I did not look at that because I'm just assuming you have to stay there, because otherwise they would have everybody's children there. Because there's not a lot of resorts that do this, so very few and far between.
Something I couldn't figure out was, do the magic bands work for the room doors? Is that part of this, or do you?
No.
You can't charge to your room.
It's got to be your Marriott card that they give you when you check in. No magic bands will work there.
Okay, but what you can do though is, say you're staying at the Dolphin and you're eating at the Swan, you can charge to your room.
Yes.
Or versa versa. You can just staying at the Swan and you're eating at the Dolphin. You can charge to your room.
You're eating the dolphin.
Eating dolphins and living in a Swan.
This is where our adventure gets fun.
Okay, so, Beatrice, what do you have there for amenities?
One of my favorite things is the transportation that they have. You can walk. I have walked from there to both Hollywood Studios and Epcot. I love walking around the boardwalk at night with some of the entertainment. There's just so much to do. So between the boat, if you'd like to take the boat to some of the theme parks, that's always a fun thing other than the bus all the time. Right. And they even had, and I don't know if they still do this, I was trying to look into that, but when I saw that they offer a bus transportation to the outlet. So you can go outlet shopping. That was the only time I had ever seen that. But when I was doing research for this, I almost called the resort, but the number that I had wasn't going to the resort. So that was really odd. And I was like on a time crunch, but yeah, it looks like you can even take the bus to the outlet mall and go shopping.
That's pretty cool.
So,
nice.
So I really enjoy it. They have some great shops there too. You have to be
staying on property to use that for service.
I know. You have to show that you're staying there, because everybody would go there to take a trip to the outlet, right?
Oh, I'm going to go for it next trip. I'm trying it anyway. I forgot my Marriott card in my room, but trust me, I'm staying here.
Isn't that great? So yeah, I love that. I definitely want to actually go ask them that when I pop over there to guest services, just to make sure that that's still something they do. Because you can't always believe everything you see on the internet, so I want to go check that for sure. But if you're staying there, ask them about that, because I did see that and I thought that's fantastic.
Very nice. How about you, Kris? What did you discover?
One of my favorite things in the world is a spa, and they have a beautiful 12,000 square foot spa called a Mandara Spa, and it features all sorts of spa treatments, including hot stone massages, which are one of my favorite things in the world. So,
did you look at any prices on that?
I did not. Okay. I was afraid to.
Honestly, we're probably better off not giving prices, because 5 years from now, somebody's going to be listening to this and they're going to say, hey, I heard on the Grand Circle Tour podcast that I could stay here for $199 a night. And why are you charging me $300 or $400 or $500? Now the bus system. So you take the boat or walk to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. Now to get to Animal Kingdom or Magic Kingdom, you'd use the bus service.
Right.
Unfortunately, the bus service is not Disney transportation. It's run by Mears.
Right. So it's a little, not little different. It's definitely a big difference in scheduling. So
yeah. So what I'm hearing from guests that have stayed there, they're saying it doesn't go as often as the Disney transportation.
Right. I think there's probably a set schedule.
Yeah.
It's not like buses show up every 10 or 15 minutes. It's definitely something to check into before you
on the Swan and Dolphin website. It does say that you can take a Disney bus. Well, the boat transportation is every 20 to 25 minutes,
right?
And then it also talks about the shuttle buses, and it says on their website 20 to 25 minute transport to the parks.
Okay, well that's not bad then.
Yeah. Well, and the other difference too is like the bus stops or the bus station, whatever, it doesn't have the monitors that tell you when the next bus is coming. The Disney resorts do.
Right. And the other thing to keep in mind is the buses go to all 3 of those resorts on pickups and drop-offs. So that's another thing that might delay you if you're trying to get someplace.
It's close enough though where you can just jump off and
they do
walk
they
across.
Don't have individual buses for each resort.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I have actually done that. I've gotten off the bus at the other place just because it's quicker for me to walk across than it is to wait on people to unload and load and then move to the next one.
Yeah.
I've done that actually, even using Magical Express, rest in peace, the where it would go to Art of Animation first. And it's quicker for me to hop off at Art of Animation and walk across the bridge and just to wait on that bus for everybody to get off, the bus driver to get back on, drive around the corner, and everybody to get off again. Yeah.
And you can walk faster. Yeah.
I could walk faster across that bridge. The other thing too is because it's not a Disney, in quotation, resort, it's not overly Disney themed.
No.
So depending on who you are, this might be a good thing or it might be something you're not looking forward to on a Disney vacation. So that is something to keep in mind as well.
If you really want that full immersive Disney experience in your hotel,
go to the All-Stars.
You're not going to find it there.
Yeah.
But it's not that far away from resorts that are. Like the Yacht and Beach Club and the Boardwalk are amazing places to pop into and look around on your way if you're walking to Epcot, that kind of thing. It's a great side trip. So
and you, if you're depending which side of your room is on, you can actually see the Tower of Terror from your room. So what more do you want?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's another thing to check into when you're looking to reserve is the different views that you're going to get, because you could get a view that's overlooking the intake for the hotel with trucks and all that kind of stuff. Or if you get the resort view, then you can get a view of something, whether it's the front of the resort or if it's the theme park, like you said, for seeing Tower of Terror or whatever. So that's another thing to really keep in mind.
Right. Another kind of a downside to this resort, though, is that there is a resort fee.
Yes, there is.
Disney resorts don't have, and even if you're using your Marriott points, you still are responsible for paying that resort fee.
Yeah.
So before long, they're all going to have resort fees anyways. I could just smell it.
Drives me bananas. Resort fees drive me crazy. I will never understand them.
Yeah. And parking is pretty steep here as well.
I didn't even know that.
There's 2 different prices for parking. If you're parking yourself, it's $32 a day. If you're parking valet, it's $42 a day. So if you're driving, you have to work that into your budget.
Yeah, we just stayed at Marriott a few weeks ago, and it was $45 a night for self-parking. $45 a night for self-parking.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Alrighty. How about some outside activities? Did any of you look into what you can do? Say you're spending a resort day and you want to kind of explore the resort, things to do.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff.
Is there pools?
Oh yeah, big time.
Gorgeous pools.
These pools are probably some of the prettiest I have seen on Disney property, honestly.
There's a grotto pool, a waterfall, the white sandy beach. Oh, I just love the pools. There's even like volleyball out there on the beach by the pool. Private pool cabanas that you can get, and just so many options.
And that grotto is 3 acres. 3 acres of a grotto pool area.
Yes.
So it's beautiful.
And there is a really great playground on the property that all 3 hotels will share. So that's a good thing for
the kids burn their buns when they go down the slide.
And then they have things like ping pong tables, giant chessboards,
volleyball.
There's pool boards,
jogging trails.
You can rent paddle boats, and something that I didn't know until I started doing the research, you can rent swan paddle boats as well.
Yep.
Which is, I think I want to do that.
Seen those. They're so cute out there.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to do a swan paddle boat. I don't know what it is. I've never done a swan paddle boat.
So
I think
funny.
And of course, there's arcades. Like it's just what every resort has. But what is interesting though is the Disney Resort arcades are kind of Disney themed games. Like they're not going to have Jurassic Park games in their arcade.
I didn't know that. I try to stay away from those arcades. So I did not know that.
Well, especially if you got 4 kids, with their hands out wanting quarters.
Exactly.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Yeah, look this way, guys. What's over here?
Yeah, you'll need your quarters for the coin-operated laundry that they have available in this hotel. So,
and of course, there's a small gym and all that. Now, this is also a conference resort, so quite a bit bigger than the Swan is, I understand.
Yes, much bigger. Yeah, actually the convention center itself is 254,000 square feet, so it is a good sized convention area.
See, we did not use that area. We used smaller rooms when I stayed there. It was more casual, actually. So.
Now let's talk a little bit about the rooms. What's all included in the rooms? You mentioned it was double beds. Beatrice mentions the heavenly mattresses.
So with the rooms, booking through your Marriott app, I had the Bonvoy app on my phone, so I was able to look up a lot of stuff, and I did some pricing like for when we're going to be there in October. And there's 2 prices on the app for rooms. Just for an example, the 2 double bed resort view, they have $477 a night for a member flex rate, and then it's $499 for a non-member. So you do save money just for having that Bonvoy account, and it's free. So why not use it and save the money?
As of this recording.
That's
pricier. That's pricier than I thought.
Yeah, they're not cheap to stay here. The king
but if
bed.
You get this night free, it might be.
Yeah, that does.
It might help.
So you could save like $500 by staying 5 nights. So
now that the resort fees are going to be on top of that, I'm guessing.
Right.
Do we know how much the resort fees are?
$40.
Eek.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Plus the parking if you have a car. Wow.
Right.
I think I stayed there in 2006, and the first few nights, obviously, I was there for work, so I didn't pay for that. But then we could add on a few nights, so I did that, and they let me add on for $99 a night. So I guess I got a great deal.
Yeah, you did. Wow. Yeah. So a king bed resort view with the member pricing is $514, non-member is $513. So I did some figuring with the dates that I'm going to be there in October, just to kind of compare what I'm paying with Disney versus what I would pay here. And it's about the same amount of money for 3 nights. It's with the alcove room, which is a little bit larger. It has a king bed and a sofa bed. It's a limited view, so you don't really know what you're going to be seeing. It was $1,154 for member rate and $1,177 non-member. Now that doesn't include the resort fee, and that doesn't include parking. So you have to add all that in. but I mean,
$8,000 a night.
Yeah.
Not quite that bad.
Not quite, but it sure will feel like it. Alrighty. The other thing too that I discovered is like the resort TVs. They have like Netflix and whatnot on it, which the Disney resorts don't have.
Yeah,
So
that's
nice. You want to make sure you catch
One
the
other
Squid
thing
Game
that you have
when you're on vacation. You got that there for you.
Yes.
One other thing that you can do at the Dolphin that you can't at many of the other Disney resorts is they have an Alamo rental car. So if you don't want to park a car there and bring a car of your own, you can just rent one for the day and go off property.
That's nice.
Yes, they do have, and I've said that to many clients who are staying on Disney property. I'm like, go over to the Dolphin and just rent a car for the day, because you know that's a lot easier than parking every night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Very good.
When we go on a trip, I would probably maybe do that once, because usually when we're at Disney, we're at Disney. I don't usually go anywhere else. So that's a great idea.
Yeah, they'll take a bus over to Hollywood Studios and walk right over and grab a car for the day and get out. So, do something different.
Right. Very cool.
So before we move on to the most important part of any resort, the dining, is there anything else we want to touch on? Anything else you guys want to
Yes, when I looked up amenities, it said the Fantasia mini golf. Is that very close? Like, because it was listed on there.
It's walkable. You can walk across the street, and it's near where the Swan Reserve is now. But yes, I have. It's definitely walkable from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Cute.
And that's a tough little mini golf too, because that actually has like sand traps and like it's like a real golf course. It's not necessarily the sides where you're not going to go off the side.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. You can do like an easier or a harder course. They have like 2 little courses there, so they're fun.
That I did not know that. Okay, so that is awesome, because Jason and I were talking about Jungle Skipper Jay and I were talking about maybe doing miniature golf on our arrival day, because we got a little bit of time.
Well, there you go.
And I've never done miniature golf. And I was thinking summer winter garden, but yeah, Fantasia works.
Wait, you've never done miniature golf at all?
At Disney World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy playing miniature golf, but I've never done it. I've never done the 2 courses at all at Disney World. So that's awesome. Anything else we want to touch on before we get into the food?
That's all I got.
We can do this after the food or before, but I would definitely talk about the events that they have there.
Yeah,
they have a food and wine festival.
Okay, that kind of ties in with the food. So let's do that after.
Yeah, we'll save that one for.
All right, so what do we have there? We have a plethora of restaurants.
Yes.
So there's casual dining, fine dining, and formal dining. And my understanding, I've never eaten at any of these places. Obviously, I've never been to any here. But the fine dining is some of the best on property. Is what I understand. So what do we have there for casual dining?
We have, well, you got the Peekaboo, which is a traditional quick service type location. It's a cafeteria setting. It has a convenience store for sundries, chips, snacks, wine, beer, and more.
And I understand that's open 24 hours?
No, this one is open 7 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Okay. And the other thing too is that I heard is that it's hard to find. If you gotta
kind of, weed your way through.
Why do you think they call it Peekaboo?
Yeah.
I believe that was the only restaurant that I ate.
Really?
While we were there. Yeah, because my work, included food at all the meetings and stuff. So
Holly, don't take us the wrong way, but it can't be that hard to find if Holly found it.
Yeah. So the next one, you got another quick service type place called Fuel. And I got to tell you, after researching this, I have to go there just to check this place out. There is so much in this location.
And how much does it cost a gallon there?
Body fuel, not gasoline.
Yeah.
They just up their prices just because of the name of the restaurant.
Right. Yeah. So this one one, it has such cool stuff, but you've got your coffees, hot and cold. You've got iced coffees, pastries, teas. They have a candy bar there.
Oh.
Sandwiches, salads, you name it, it's there. But over at the candy bar, which is what I absolutely have to go see, is they have a sugar sculpture in there that they switch out from time to time. It's all encased in a plexiglass display. But right now, I'm going to say at the time of this recording, as of 2 months ago, it was Monsters, Inc. And it was
cute.
Mike Wazowski and Randall in this sculpture. And it's
That's
so
cute.
cool. So I definitely want to go over there to check that out in October and see what actually is there at the time. Because
Maybe something Halloween themed.
it's phenomenal. This thing is absolutely beautiful, the way that they put this all together.
So when you go to the front desk and you go, I thought I was staying at a Disney resort. Where is the Disney theming?
Yeah.
They'll tell you.
That's
Go to Fuel and check out the candy sculpture.
where it is.
There's your Disney theming.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next one is the Fresh Mediterranean Market. Now, this one is open for breakfast and early lunch because it's only open from 7 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
Wow.
So very limited hours, but they have a breakfast buffet, and then for lunch, going into lunchtime, they have salads, wraps, and appetizers. But the buffet pricing really isn't too bad. It was only $22 and for adults and $12 for kids. So that's actually fairly reasonable.
Yeah, for sure.
So another one that's kind of quick serve, but not quick serve because it's a sit-down restaurant, is called The Fountain. And this one really looks like a lot of fun. It's designed after an old style American diner. They have salads, burgers, sandwiches, and they feature homemade soft serve ice cream at the dessert counter. So that they have a lot of really cool stuff. Their prices are not that bad either for a sit-down restaurant. I was surprisingly pleased at what you could get there. And I have heard that the food is phenomenal in there.
Wow.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yep.
And then there's a couple of poolside cafes, Cabana Bar and Beach Club, as well as Splash Terrace.
Right.
As well. And I guess they sell just kind of basically your nachos and your
They got, your typical pool bar
seltzers.
food. And
Yeah.
of course, all your cocktails and beers and wine and things like that.
Alrighty. So next up, we got the fine dining, and there's 2 fine dining restaurants. Beatrice, did you eat at any of these ones? There's
I have, yes. I have been to Shula's, but definitely been to Blue Zoo. Absolutely loved Hot English's Blue Zoo. So
That's one of our friend Lou Mangello's favorite places to go.
Yeah, before the boathouse came along, that was his go-to. He was always talking about how wonderful that is, and then he's got the new girlfriend in town is the boathouse.
and it was instead of the Blue Zoo, it was the Blue Who.
Right?
After that.
The food there is absolutely wonderful. There's seafood, so you got the
That's
steak.
what they specialize in.
Shula's is more of a steak.
Yep.
Shula
Blue Zoo, though,
specializes
is
more
an
in the steak
award-winning
and-
dining location. So that's really, you like to see that. It is a dinner-only time period from 5 to 11. That restaurant's been open since 2003, so it's got a good history.
Yeah.
And it's still popular in 2022, so they got a good thing going on there. Prices are your typical upscale Disney restaurant type. They also have the Blue Zoo Lounge that's attached to it. That also is open from 5 to 11. and they have a huge wine list. I was dumbfounded when I looked at that. I mean, it's like Wine by George or Wine Bar George. It's like that extensive.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I like
Now,
that.
is there a dress code for either one of these?
I think it's not like t-shirts.
I don't think there is.
But I think most people that I have, when I've seen videos of these restaurants, most people are dressed fairly decent. I mean,
Yeah.
shorts and like polo shirts, but I didn't see anybody walk in there with a sleeveless t-shirt on. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, so
And
like a
flip-flops.
collared shirt or
Yeah,
along
yeah.
the lines. Yeah.
I think probably the
And-
prices reflect the dress, right?
Yeah.
You can usually
Yes.
dress based on the pricing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went
because
with one of our boys,
Shula's,
and he was
Shula's
not
is
dressed up.
there.
I was a little embarrassed, but they allowed him in so that no one said anything to us. I think he was wearing a t-shirt and some shorts, and so I was a little embarrassed, but they did not say anything. So, but he was also a kid, not, you know.
Yeah, right.
My first time at Disneyland, Disney California Adventure, a friend says, "Let's go out for dinner." And is it Carthay Circle at California Adventure?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm thinking this is just going to be like a regular, ordinary restaurant. So I'm just wearing one of my, traditional Hawaiian shirts and pockets, full of, like my shorts with the cargo shorts. And-
Yeah.
yeah. And so I was the only one in there dressed like that. And I have no idea. I didn't do any research. And just, okay, tell me where it is. I'll be there. And it's good to know ahead of time if you should be,
Yeah.
not wearing cargo shorts and a
It
t-shirt.
is.
Yeah. And then there's
It's hard to know in a theme park, though.
What's that?
It's hard to know if it's inside a theme park. Like you're not.
Yeah.
thinking, I need to be dressed up. So
Right.
Yeah. And of course my friend shows up and he's wearing a tie.
Oh my gosh.
he should have told you.
His wife's wearing a full dress.
Oh.
My daughter and I she was dressed pretty appropriately. She had slacks and a nicer top on, but here I am with a Hawaiian shirt and cargo shorts. So. It is embarrassing when you do that, but whatever. They didn't say anything. They were fine with it. They still
So
fed me
funny.
and took my money anyways.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, former. What is it? Dining.
Formal.
There's 4 different restaurants I have listed for that. Or I guess this is. Well, former dining. These are restaurants that are no longer there.
Oh.
Is that what that is? Harry's Safari Bar and Grill.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think that's there anymore.
Yeah, that's what happens when I take
No,
my
I
notes
don't
too quickly.
think
So these are places you can't eat at anymore. They're no
No,
longer there.
the other formal dining location is, of course, Shula's Steakhouse,
Mhm.
and it is pricey. So be prepared to spend some money at this place, especially Stan. If you're going to order the 42-ounce tomahawk steak, you
Oh,
better put your
gosh.
stretchy pants on because
Oh boy.
that's a lot of food, and that baby runs $155.
Holy jeez.
How much of that is the bone, though? How much of those ounces?
Yeah, no kidding.
And if you want it Oscar style, it's another $14 on top of that.
Yeah, I'll be at the fountain getting the homemade ice cream.
Yeah, there you go.
Where you'll find me.
Yeah, that sounds
No,
good.
Shula's is really beautiful inside, though. I mean, it really reminds me like of an old, not like gentlemen's clubs and strip club, but like formal gentlemen's.
Yeah.
It's all dark wood and,
Hey, Toots, can you light my
Yeah.
stogie?
Yeah.
Okay, Beatrice, you wanted to talk a bit about some of the events that happen there.
2 of my favorite things to look forward to every year is the Food and Wine Classic that they have between the Swan and Dolphin. The main event, you buy a ticket. You can buy a ticket to where you can try all the different things, and you just show your
Oh.
ticket reflecting. This year it's going to be November 11th and 12th. In the past, it's been usually October or November. So it's during the Food and Wine Festival inside Epcot, but they have their own special one. And this one isn't you purchase every little thing. You just buy a ticket and you go up to all the kiosks and try all the stuff. I like that too. So I have been there before. It was wonderful. I got to meet Todd English one year at the Food and Wine Classic. He was personally there, so you get to see the TV chef in person. But that is wonderful. On top of that, one of the other events that they have there, which I always love to go to every year, that is it's official. It's Santa's favorite resort. And if you have not heard about that, Santa and Mrs. Claus are spectacular there. They note it as it's Santa's favorite resort. You can visit the website. Literally, there's a website, Santa's Favorite Resort.
Wow.
Yeah, santasfavoriteresort.com. It's the Swan and Dolphin. So he sits out there. You can take photos with him. And it's so different than anywhere else. Like, he's wearing his little Hawaiian shirt kind of thing. Like, he's a tourist. He's just down here visiting, but it's his favorite resort. And during Christmas, when I always like to go there at Christmas, inside the Dolphin, they have the largest chocolate Santa in the world. So I do, like, when you go to see some of the other resorts at Christmas time, when they do their decorations, the Dolphin is fantastic. So they've got this ginormous chocolate Santa, and they have listed there, like, how much chocolate is in it, how much cocoa butter, how many calories it has, like all of it. So definitely go and check that out. They've got Santa selfies, reindeer games. The website is just adorable. And so that October, November, December is fantastic to see. They even have, now Santa's not there every single day, so check the calendar and see when Santa and Mrs. Claus are there. But it is so much fun.
I have not heard of any of these. So
oh, they're great. It's not quite as known because it's not a Disney resort,
right?
But truly, that those are some of my favorite events every year. So look at the calendar for the Food and Wine Classic and Santa's Favorite Resort, because they're. Do
you remember how much you paid for the pass for the Food and Wine?
I want to say it was like $70 or $80, and that could change every year. But let me see if it's
really, honestly, that's not that bad.
It's not, because if you're paying between $8 and $10 per bite, or exactly, that's not very many.
That adds up real fast.
Like
I remember at Food and Wine, we put bought gift cards the one year and just used that. Well, I had put like, I don't know, $200 on there, and it was gone.
And it was gone before you got to
You're
Germany.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean there's nothing left on it?
Oh my gosh.
So there are several
awesome.
tickets.
I've heard of some. I did not know about the world's largest chocolate Santa Claus.
I didn't either.
There used to be a train that goes around, but I haven't seen the train. There was a large Christmas tree and a train. It looks like they've stopped doing that, but they definitely continued the ginormous Santa that is just so cool to go see. But they have several different kinds of tickets. So I would check out Swan and Dolphin. No, it's Swan Dolphin foodandwineclassic.com.
Okay.
And they've got Friday seminar tickets. This year they have different things like pasta making with Chef Dan, base to bubbles. It's better to wine in Italian and wine blending. I like that. And then on Saturday, their seminar tickets for this year is Beer Please, Craft Cocktails, and Wine Blending. So there's a button to click if you'd like to purchase tickets, and then you select which type of ticket you want. So all sorts of different tickets have different prices. But yeah, it's definitely lots of fun, and you can purchase for whatever you want in particular instead of going to every single kiosk and purchasing individually.
Very cool. And that's November 11th and 12th, 2022.
This year in 2022, it's November 11th and 12th. I think they've kind of moved it forward a little bit. It used to be in October, because I remember being there one year around Halloween, because I was dressed as Rapunzel in my picture with Todd English. I was like, it was Halloween weekend. But
Alrighty, we're gonna wrap this up and bring the train into the station. Any final comments or thoughts that we missed?
I don't think so. I just think this is a beautiful resort, and even if you're not going to stay there, definitely go check it out. Go have a meal over there, and just kind of, make a half a day out of finding your way around this place because it is big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to get to because if you're at Epcot or Hollywood Studios, you just take the boat or walk.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, gang, we're gonna wrap this up, and Ken, take us away to the Dolphin.
If you would like to keep the adventure going after the show, be sure to like our Facebook friends page, Grand Circle Tours Magical Ticket Holders. While you're on Facebook, like our group page, Grand Circle Tours. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Grand Circle Tours Podcast, as well as on Instagram, GCT Podcast, and our YouTube channel, Grand Circle Tour. If you would like to email us, drop us a line at gctpodcast@gmail.com. T-shirts and other fun merchandise can be found at tpublic.com. Simply search Grand Circle Tour Podcast. If you enjoyed your adventure, leave us a review on Apple Podcast. Only one rule, make it good. All logos, sounds, songs, and music that are made by and for Disney and its affiliates are the full ownership of the Disney Corporation and are not, nor are they intended to be the ownership of the Grand Circle Tour Podcast. Thank you for riding with us, and welcome home.
Please exit to your left by stepping away from the cars with your left foot first. Step out and stand on the moving platform, please.
Please exit by stepping away from the cars with your left foot first. Step out and stand on the moving platform, please.